Thank you for staying right there with us here on We Connect. Going back to our discussion with Sumathi Iyer, India's one and only cricket umpire. Sumathi, it's a pleasure to have you with us. I want to go back to that point that we were talking about schools and colleges encouraging children to play, girls specifically. So do you think that these institutions are doing enough?
I think a lot needs to be done by these institutions, the schools and colleges, if they can come in a big way. I don't say that they should have a team by themselves, even if they could identify girls or children, girl child who's interested in the game. I mean, if they can register their name, definitely it'll go a long way, because when we started playing, we were very few people who started the game, right? Not many people knew about women's cricket was existent then.
I know, that's true. Like women's boxing and so many other fields that women have entered.
Any game for that matter, it's going to take a long time. But then women's cricket has now come to stay. Now, where are we going to find the future players of women's cricket? It's going to be in the schools. It's going to be in the colleges. I think, and India, I'm very proud to say, there's a lot of talent, and if we can, extend our arms, and if the institution can come halfway by recognizing the sports person, it's just not the studies which is going to take the child where the child needs to be.
But Sumathi, don't you believe that that could also be the fault of parents? Because it's parents who actually put their children towards, studies and various other things. So what role does a parent play?
I think parents play a major role. If they find the child studying in 10th or 12th, the parents tell them no tournament. Well, I think while the institution is having a major role to play, the parents have an even major role to play to tell the child it's okay. I mean, if you're good in studies, even if you're getting your 80 or 90, it's perfectly okay, but please pursue your cricketing career. I mean, to what extent the parent should be involving is, to just tell the child and encourage the child, but not go to the extent, because when we played, our parents did not know what we did, whether we bowled or whatever.
They didn't know very much, but yes.
Yeah, and what tournament we were playing and whatever was happening. But these days, I find more than the players, the children, the parents are getting so involved in the selection process, in the coaching, and too many things. And they're putting a lot of burden on the child.
Right.
I don't think that is really going to be good, because in their eagerness to push the child, to see, the child does what they didn't do, they're destroying a career. It could be even detrimental to the game or detrimental to the player, because when the child is having so much of pressure from the parents, if they didn't perform, their morale comes down.
So would you say, Sumathi, that it would be a very good idea if parents were actually aware of the job opportunities that lay ahead for, say, people like yourself? You joined the Canara Bank because you were a sports person. So would that be the right direction to go in?
Why not? Why not? See, most of the children who are studying now, okay, I mean, it's not with BA or whatever they're stopping. They are now looking at, engineering or whatever.
Yes.
The career as a sporting person, you can pursue a career like that also. I'm not saying you need to be first in your engineering and you also do it. There is some way you need to do the balancing act. Yes, if I'm okay with 70–80%, I can always be a good sports person. The talent is there. The awareness is what we are creating. But it is the institutions and the parents and grandparents. These days, more than the parents, I think grandparents play a huge role, because they are the people who accompany the children for whatever tournaments or whatever.
Right.
So I think and the society also plays a huge part in ensuring that India produces good sports person, and women, children all around India, if they are listening to this program, please take up to women's cricket, because the future is very bright for them.
Right. A slightly personal question here. Are you treated with awe and respect in the Canara Bank where you work?
Absolutely.
Yes?
Because they find that my sporting, because of my sporting career, my attitude, my approach, everything is so positive, so vibrant, and I kind of empower people. And when they're moving around with my colleagues, they really find, they're looking forward to my presence there. I think that itself is a huge, thing for me.
So having
So
said
really
that,
nice.
do you believe then that your cricketing career has in fact helped you a great deal in your professional life?
Absolutely, absolutely. And it was Shanta Rangaswamy, she's a godmother to all of us, most of us.
Right.
Because it was she who brought so many of women cricketers into the bank. And it was Diana Adalji
Yes.
in the railways. Well, she played a major role by getting so many railway teams. There are almost 8 teams now, whether it is Northern Railway, Southern Railway, Eastern. And these players of the past have played their role in bringing in so many women cricketers, getting them a job. I think this opportunity has gone by leaps and bounds that we find in the years to come. Definitely there will be corporates who will be taking players into their team.
Right. Do you believe that senior cricketers like yourself should actually be promoting the game amongst women far more than is happening at the moment?
Certainly. I think most of us, we are what we are today. It's because of the game. My name, my fame, my job, you take anything. Even my level of confidence or whatever I am successful today, it is certainly because of the game, because it has not only taken me far all around the world, but I've got to meet people whom I would have never ever thought of, and I've learned so much from all of it.
Right. It's been 30 years since you've been in the game. You've umpired for almost as many years. I'd like to take you back right to the beginning. What was your parents' reaction when you wanted to play cricket? What was their reaction when you wanted to become an umpire? How did it go for you personally?
Yeah, initially, I mean, I was a tomboy. Let me be very
Tomboy.
I was a tomboy, and
Okay.
I was brought up in a joint family. I had a lot of cousin brothers. So the moment they slipped out of the house to play, I also would slip out with them. And I don't know, I had other sisters who didn't do that.
Right.
But I was the one who used to slip out with them, and I was always there playing with them. I think apart from cricket, I've climbed many trees and many walls. There's not a single game that I've not played. And with the boys, I think if at all I was so good in the game, it was because I had my initial years of practice with the men. Even before I came into representative cricket, I was playing with the boys. That made me really, really good at it, and I was very tough.
Okay, Sumathi, one final question. Is there any time for another life that's not in the bank and that's not involved with cricket? Have you time for anything else at all?
I do a lot of social service.
Okay.
I'm into, be it the mentally challenged home or orphanage. I like to associate myself with the lesser privileged people, be it the children or the older generation, because I feel these category of people, many of the old age homes, I feel very bad. I think today we are what we are, Jennifer, you'll agree with me, because of our parents.
Right,
because
indeed.
of our grandparents. And when I find that some of the parents and grandparents are not finding a home, a place with the children or grandchildren, that really hurts me.
Right. Sumathi, it's been wonderful to talk to you. I really want to thank you. I want to say that I'd love to have far more guests like you on my show. Well, it's been great, and I hope you've enjoyed us here on WeConnect. That's all we have time for today. But don't forget to join us every single Friday at the same time, 9:30 at night. This is the show on which you'll meet with people who are interesting, people who are fascinating like my guest today, and people who indeed have a story to tell. And so until the next time, you take care. Bye for now.